respect for the way that those guys have played. Obviously, this is a really tough atmosphere to come into on the road. They had 1-2 straight here. There was a lot of momentum that they had. They were coming off their bye. Obviously didn't start out the way that we wanted, but I thought our defense played really well. I thought they made them snap it one more time. They were able to string together some drives, but I thought we came up really clutch in the red area. That ended up being the difference for it only being a 6-0 game. It was a really weird deal where you only have 3 possessions in the first half. You go 3 and out right off the jump on a keeper that we miss on first down, and second down only get 3 yards, and then obviously not to convert on the third down. And then we end up going down the field on the second drive. Liked what we had on the 4th and 3, just didn't end up connecting, but I thought we were able to get the run game going a little bit. And the third drive was kind of the same, and then we just obviously weren't able to convert. But the guys came in, we ended up getting ourselves together, really kind of let's understand exactly what's real, what isn't. And I thought they did a great job of being able to respond, play off of one another. Defense got timely stops when they had to. What a great job by Verse to close it out. And then I thought offensively, I thought Kyron ran really well. I thought Quorum ran really well. I thought our offensive line set the line of scrimmage in the run game. We really started slow in the pass game, but I thought Matthew was excellent in the second half. We were able to get some different things off of those run actions going, and that ended up being the difference in the game where we were able to score 21 in the second half. So very pleased with the way that we finished the game. Always going to be stuff to clean up, but we'll take the win.
You've talked a lot in the past about the energy Kyron brings. How did you kind of feel that manifesting in the second
throughout the course of the week? I thought there was a lot of stuff that came to life throughout the course of the week that showed up in practice, translated into the game. And what I was really proud of our group with, Adam, is that I think they understood 6-0. It was a little misleading in terms of how it went, the way that it went down. They did a good job of churning off a lot of clock. And those possessions were at a minimum for you to be shut out in the first half. But we kind of understood, hey, let's really talk about what's the real truth. Why is that? What do we need to do to be able to sustain drives, finish, be able to come away with touchdowns? And Kyron's energy was outstanding. You could see. I thought he was excellent in terms of being really decisive. You could see when he put his foot in the ground, he was really leveling off runs well. Doing a great job on slash running on the second and third levels. The offensive line, like I mentioned, and tight ends are doing a good job of being able to get him to the second and the third levels of the defense. And then to be able to see him close out that last run where then you can ultimately just be able to knee it out, that was pretty cool for him. And he's only going to be a guy that just builds off of that. He's made of the right stuff.
What did it, you mentioned the real truth of the first half. What was that to you, and what adjustments you made?
Yeah, I think it was really 3 drives. I think when you have a 3 and out, and then you have 2 possessions where you're able to sustain, be able to get into a little bit of rhythm. I thought our second drive was really good. And if we end up converting on a play that we'll call over and over again, and I think we'll hit more times than not, then it probably ends up in a touchdown. And I think you want to make sure that you're not so tied up in the results that you say, all right, what's the real truth? What can we do to try to be able to consistently execute or finish those plays? And then our third drive, you're able to get a couple first downs, you end up stalling out. But there was just so few opportunities, and if you could really just get a chance to be able to say, you ended up having 12 carries for almost 6 yards a carry in the first half. So I was encouraged if we could build on that and then be able to do some things in the pass game based on what they were doing, and our guys were able to win and beat man coverage and beat some stickier coverages that they were playing, and I think it resulted in some big plays to DeMarcus, to Tutu, and then obviously Puka made his plays where he came up big for us.
Third quarter, particularly the emphasis on the run was clear. I understand you had fewer chances in the first half, but in terms of the run-pass balance of some of those drives, what was the conversation first in maybe the headset between you guys as coaches, and then coming into the locker room about establishing yourselves on the ground?
It was really that. I mean, you talk about, here's some of the things that they're doing, here's what we like, here's what we're going to do into the second half, here's how if we stay ahead of the sticks, then that's going to enable us to be able to operate. And then they did some stuff to try to be able to take us off, some of the core things that maybe we've done before. I thought our coaches, I thought Mike LaFleur, I thought Ryan Wendell, really all of our offensive coaching staff did an excellent job, Jordan, of being able to recognize it, communicate, and be able to get us to some of the right things that we wanted to be able to do. And then ultimately, it's always about the players bringing it to life, and they did that in a big way.
With five games left, how are you feeling about where you guys are going into this?
Same, one day at a time. I think that's the only thing that we can do, Gary. All we could do is really be able to get one win this week. And we were able to do that. And we're going to put everything that we can into our week of preparation. I did think there was improvement for our football team collectively. That's what I want to continue to see. Obviously, we want to be able to strain as hard as we possibly can to put ourselves in a position to win football games. But I also want to see us improve. I want to see us pour everything that we've got. When we look back on this, we have no regrets with the way that we approach it as players, as coaches. And if we can do that, I know it's going to give us the best opportunity to be able to get the results when we get these precious opportunities, which is 5 left now guaranteed, and we're going to try to maximize them.
It seemed like your offense kind of seized control in the second half, but speak to what it meant to you to see your defense close that thing.
I thought it was great for our team. You know, ultimately, I really enjoyed being able to spend a lot of time with our team this week, and be able to see, all right, what's important, how do we want to be able to put this game together. I thought our coaches did a great job. I thought the players' energy, but it is always about the team. You guys have heard me say it, and it's the truth. And for us to be able to get the stop, for us to be able to take the lead, to go up 21-14, for them to be able to drive down and do a good job of getting some conversions, but us just make them snap it one more time, and then ultimately tighten up in the red area where you get the 4th down stop by Jared Verse. That was huge, and there was a lot of plays leading up to that in terms of just the strain on the 3rd down. Bobby Brown's tackle to be able to make it a 4th down. It was complimentary football at its finest. I thought we played hard. I thought we pursued the football. I got a ton of respect for Kamara. He is so dangerous, and there were some times where he's in the open space, and it felt like we were pursuing and we were playing with an energy and an edge that's necessary for a defense to be able to pursue the football with a violent mindset and mentality. And I thought I felt that today, even though they were able to get some good stuff, because I got respect for that group. And then for Kyron to be able to close it out. It was a bout for the team. I thought Jordan Whittington's kick return to be able to get us good field position was big in the 4th quarter, and here we are, and got our 6th win. That was the goal, and now we'll get out of here and we'll start our preparation for Buffalo.
We have an update on DeMarcus's hand.
I think he's okay. Yeah.
We asked you a lot, especially with injuries compounding at the beginning of the year, your level of concern about the slow starts. I know nobody's fully healthy this time of year, but on paper, getting your full complement or close to it of guys back, what's your level of concern about the continued slow starts?
Here's the thing. There's been times when you can look back on it, and I think it does boil down to, what I don't want to do, we want to start fast, no doubt about it. But if you said, what was the difference between really the first half and the second half? Really, if DeMarcus gets all of his depth like I know he's capable of, we probably are completing that first play of the game inbounds. So then you're not on a 2nd and 10 where you throw a little short route to Puka, then you get into a 3rd down, play man coverage, and you end up having to throw the ball away quickly because, we get beat up front. And so you say, all right, is that starting slow or is that not executing and how football compounds off of one another? And I don't want to minimize how important it is. You know that, Jordan. But I think, how consistently can we as coaches try to put our guys in the right spots, and then how much can we do right consistently throughout the course of the game? And when we've done that, good things happen, and then when you don't, that's what's so challenging about this league. And so we've got to be able to figure it out. I do believe, and I'm going to continue to work to try to be able to do that. But I also don't want to overreact and you say, all right, each play is its own entity, and that sequence right there. And the second drive, I liked what we did. We go for it on a 4th down and 3. Maybe if we come away with points, we're getting 3. If we just decide to kick it there, we're getting points. But we came in with an aggressive mindset and mentality, wanted to be able to go for it, and it didn't go down for us. But I like the way that we played that second drive.
Sure. Couple more, yes.
Cooper set the record most catches through 100 games in NFL history. What does he mean?
What the hell, Artist? Why would you tell me that? Another time that I ended up not recognizing Cooper Kupp. Congratulations, Cooper. You'll be in bowl tomorrow, buddy. What the hell, man? Did you know that?
I did not.
What did he mean?
You just got Artist in trouble. That's cool. And I do know this, through 98 games or whatever it was, you look at the stats where it's over 500 plus catches, over 7,500 yards, over 50 plus TDs. Nobody's ever done that in NFL history. He's a special player. He's a more special person. His work ethic, everything that he's about is the right kind of stuff. And really happy for him and really disappointed that I didn't get a chance to recognize that in real time, Sarah.
Jared Verse was really hard on himself.
I love it, man.
Jared Verse was really hard on himself after last week's performance. What did you notice about the way he approached this week and then to be able to get that moment?
Accountability to himself, to his teammates, to playing within the framework of what he can do to make an impact on this game. I love this guy, and he is growing, he's maturing, but I do love the coachability, I love the accountability. I think Joe Caniglia does a great job. I think he's got some great veteran guys to lean on in that room, but that's what we need, consistency. And I thought it was poetic that he was able to close out that game. I thought he played really hard. See the way this guy pursues the football, and I thought he played within the framework of the system and of some of the playoffs that he had within the game. And usually those good things